1. Introduction. My name is Betty. I am a flight attendant, 28 years old. I love my job very much. I fly to many cities around the world. I enjoy meeting new people and helping passengers. Being in the sky is my favorite place. I like the beautiful views from the airplane window. One day, I was working on a flight to London. It was a long flight, about 7 hours. The airplane was full. As I walked through the aisles, I saw many faces. Then I saw him. He was in a window seat near the front. His dark hair was a little messy. He looked very serious. His eyes were dark and his face showed no smile. He looked angry or perhaps just unhappy. I felt a strange curiosity about him. I wondered why he looked so serious. I continued my work. When I came to his row, I stopped. "Would you like something to drink?" I asked quietly. He looked up. His eyes met mine. They were very intense. He did not smile. "Coffee, please," he said. His voice was low. I poured the coffee and gave it to him. Our fingers touched for a second. "Thank you," he said briefly. He did not say anything else. He looked back out the window. I moved on to the next passenger, but I could not stop thinking about him. His serious face stayed in my mind. His intense gaze made a strong impression on me. It was not a friendly look, but it was very strong. I wondered about him for the rest of the flight. I wanted to know more about this man. He was a mystery to me. I had met many passengers, but he was different. His quiet manner made him stand out. I kept looking at him from a distance. He read a book, then closed his eyes. He did not talk to anyone. He was alone in his thoughts. His image stayed with me long after the flight landed in London. I did not know his name then. I just knew him as the serious man with intense eyes. 2. I saw him again. 2 weeks later, I was in Paris. I was walking through my hotel lobby when I saw him. Liam. He stood near the windows, looking serious, maybe a little angry, just like before. My heart beat faster. It was a strange feeling, a quick rush of energy. It was like getting a sugar high when you eat something sweet, but this feeling came from seeing a person. He turned and saw me. His eyes met mine. He started to walk towards me. "Betty," he said, his voice was deep. "From the London flight?" I nodded, surprised he remembered. "Yes, that's me. I remember you," he said. He did not smile, but his eyes were not angry now. "Are you staying here?" "Yes, for 2 nights," I replied. "Would you like to have dinner tonight?" he asked. "The hotel restaurant is still open." This was very unexpected. "Yes," I said, "I would like that very much." We met downstairs an hour later. The restaurant was quiet. We sat at a small table. He was a very good listener. I talked about my job in Paris. He listened carefully, nodding sometimes. He did not say much about himself. He was still very quiet, very reserved. I ordered a small chocolate cake for dessert. As I ate it, I felt a familiar good feeling. It was a small pleasure, like the quick happiness you get from sugar. But being with him felt different. It was a deeper feeling. I looked at him. His dark eyes watched me. I knew very little about him. He was a mystery. He did not talk much, but he listened. This was new for me. Most people talk about themselves a lot. He was different. I was starting to develop feelings for him. It was strange to like someone so quiet, someone I barely knew. But every time I saw him, I felt a strong pull. The first time, it was like a quick sugar high. Now, this feeling was deeper, more important. I wanted to know more about him. I wanted to be near him. Despite his serious nature, I felt drawn to him. This unexpected meeting made me think about him all the time. 3. His secret. Betty and Liam's relationship grew. They met often in different cities around the world. Betty was a flight attendant, and Liam traveled a lot for his work. So they could meet in Paris, Rome, or New York. Each meeting made Betty feel happier. She was falling deeply in love with him. Liam was still a quiet man, but he was kind and respectful. He always made sure Betty felt safe and cared for. However, Betty started to notice something about Liam. He always seemed tired, almost exhausted. His eyes often looked heavy, like he hadn't slept enough for many days. Sometimes he seemed worried, as if a big problem was always on his mind. A deep line would appear between his eyebrows, and his gaze would be far away. He was sometimes quiet, almost grumpy, not angry like before, but just low in energy. His mind seemed to wander. He would be looking at Betty, but his thoughts were clearly somewhere else. It was as if he carried a heavy weight inside him, a burden that made him constantly tired and stressed. Betty felt a growing concern for him. She wanted to know what was wrong. One evening, they were having dinner in a small restaurant in Tokyo. Liam looked especially tired that night. Betty reached across the table and touched his hand. "Liam," she said softly, "are you okay? You always seem so tired, so worried. Is everything all right?" Liam looked at her, his eyes serious. He took a deep breath. "Betty," he began, his voice low, "I have secrets. My life is complicated, very complicated." He paused, then looked back at her. "You don't know the real me. There are things about my life I cannot tell you." His words were a warning, clear and strong. He was telling her to be careful, perhaps even to leave. Betty felt a sudden cold fear. His words were like a cold wind. This was about something hidden, something important. She could feel her heart beating faster. Was he in trouble? Was he hiding something bad? The thought scared her. She wanted to run away. But then she looked at his tired, troubled eyes, and her fear mixed with a deep sadness. She had strong feelings for Liam, too strong to ignore. Every time they met, her feelings grew. She wanted to help him, to understand him. She could not just leave him. Even with his secrets, even with the warning, she knew she wanted to stay. She hoped that one day he would trust her enough to share his burden. She decided to wait, to be there for him, no matter how complicated his life might be. Her love for him was stronger than her fear. For another woman, it was a bright, sunny day in Dubai. I had a short break from work. I decided to walk around a big shopping mall. The mall was busy. I felt relaxed, thinking about Liam. We had planned to see each other soon. My phone buzzed, but I did not check it. I was looking at a shop window. Then I saw him. Liam was standing near a coffee shop. He was laughing. My heart jumped with happiness. But then I saw the woman next to him. She was beautiful, with dark hair and a kind smile. She was older than me. Liam was holding her hand. He looked so happy, more happy than I had ever seen him. His eyes were bright. They looked like a couple. My happy feeling disappeared fast. My heart felt like it was breaking. A cold feeling spread through my body, betrayal. I felt a strong pain in my chest. All the times he told me his life was complicated, all his secrets, now I understood. He had another woman. He had lied to me. My hands started to shake. I wanted to run, but my feet stayed still. I just watched them. I pulled out my phone. My fingers moved quickly. I typed a short message to him. "I saw you in Dubai," I wrote. "With her, it's over." I pressed send. I walked away quickly. I did not wait for a reply. I needed to leave that place. My eyes felt hot, but no tears came. I felt too angry. I went back to my hotel room. Later that evening, my phone rang. It was Liam. I looked at the screen for a long time before I answered. His voice was soft, trying to sound calm. "Betty, please, it's not what you think," he said. "Let me explain. This is a misunderstanding." He sounded worried, almost desperate, but I did not believe him. His words felt empty. I remembered his happy face with her. "There is nothing to explain, Liam," I said, keeping my voice steady. My voice was quiet, but inside I was screaming. "I saw you. I saw how happy you were with her." I took a deep breath. "I cannot do this anymore. We are finished." I hung up the phone. My body felt tired. I was torn. Part of me still loved him. Another part hated him for the pain he caused. Love and hate fought inside me. I knew I had to end it. 5. His past. Liam found me in Berlin. It was a cold morning. I was walking near a small park. He looked tired, but his eyes were set on me. He walked quickly, then stood in front of me. "Betty, please," he said, his voice soft. "You have to listen to me." My heart felt heavy from Dubai. I remembered him looking happy with another woman. It was a painful memory. But seeing him now, so sad, made me feel a strange mix of feelings. It was like a sudden burst of energy, a small hope, quickly followed by a heavy drop, a crash of doubt. He started to explain. "That woman in Dubai," he began, "she is my ex-wife." My eyes widened. This was not what I expected. "She is trying to ruin my life, Betty. She wants my money. She will do anything to get it." He took out his phone. His hand shook. He showed me pictures, documents, angry messages, and emails. They showed arguments, demands for money, and threats. He pointed to one email. "See this, she wrote this. She said she would make me suffer. She would make me lose everything." I looked at the small screen. The words were harsh. It was hard to believe. Could this be true? Could someone be so cruel? My mind felt full. It was hard to think clearly, like trying to learn too many new things at once. Liam looked at me, his eyes pleading. "I know it looked bad, but she is dangerous. I did not want you to be part of this mess. I did not tell you because I wanted to protect you. My life is complicated." He put his phone away. I stood there, silent, trying to process everything. My head felt heavy, like after a long flight. My body felt tired, but my mind raced. I still loved him. My feelings were strong, a deep craving that would not go away. But trust, that was different. He had shown me evidence. It seemed real, but my heart still hurt from seeing him with another woman. That memory was hard to forget. Could I believe him completely? Could I truly trust him again? "Betty?" he asked, his voice soft. He reached out to touch my hand, but I moved slightly away. I needed time. My feelings were a mix of love and confusion. It was like a puzzle with too many pieces. I wanted to believe him, but a big part of me was still scared. I felt unsure. I did not know what to do. My mind kept going back and forth. 6. The scandal. The next morning, I woke up feeling heavy and strange. My head felt cloudy, and a deep tiredness seemed to pull at me, even after a full night's sleep. As I reached for my phone, my eyes widened in disbelief. My screen was full of messages, and then I saw the news online. Pictures of me and Liam were everywhere. The headlines screamed about a love triangle, saying I was the other woman. My heart began to pound loudly in my chest. A cold, sharp feeling washed over me, and I felt a sudden, huge drop in my energy. It was like someone had suddenly turned off all the lights inside me. My thoughts became slow and unclear. All I could feel was a deep, painful shock. I knew instantly who was behind this terrible story. It had to be Liam's ex-wife. She was trying to hurt him, but she was hurting me badly too. This false story spread everywhere like a fast-moving fire. It was in every newspaper, on every TV channel, and on all the internet sites. My job as a flight attendant was more than just work. It was my passion. But now, this scandal put my whole career in serious danger. Very soon, my airline contacted me. They called me for a meeting and asked me many difficult questions about the pictures and the untrue words. I felt a deep, heavy worry. My future, which had always looked bright and clear, now seemed dark and full of shadows. I called Liam immediately. My hands were shaking so much that I almost dropped the phone. My voice was not calm. It was loud and full of raw anger. "Look what you have done," I screamed into the phone. "Your complicated life has now ruined mine. You have destroyed everything." I felt a hot, burning fire inside me. All the fear and sadness from the morning had turned into a huge, uncontrollable storm of anger. He listened without speaking for a moment. Then, his voice was low and quiet. He said he was truly sorry. He promised to make everything right. He said he would fix this terrible situation, no matter what it took. In the days that followed, something surprising happened. The news stories about the scandal began to disappear, one by one. First, the smaller articles on less popular websites vanished. Then, the big, shocking headlines on major news sites slowly faded away. It was almost like magic, how quickly they were gone from public view. I later learned that Liam had paid his ex-wife a very, very large amount of money. After she received the money, she stopped talking to the media completely. The public scandal was over, but the bad, heavy feeling did not leave me. My mind still felt cloudy and confused. I felt like a part of my old, happy self was lost forever. The world had seen me in a very bad and unfair way. It was a difficult thing to forget, and my trust in Liam was still broken, even though the problem was publicly solved. 7, he changed. After the scandal, Liam's whole way of being started to change. It was slow at first, but then I saw it clearly. He began to smile more, much more than before. His face looked softer, less angry. He even laughed out loud sometimes, a sound I had not heard often from him. He started doing sweet things, like bringing me small gifts or cooking a meal. These were romantic gestures, things he never did when we first met. He seemed to want to make me happy. He looked at me with open eyes. He told me he wanted to leave his past anger behind. He said he wanted to build a new life with me, a life full of peace and happiness. He spoke about how his old habits made him feel. He used to drink many sweet drinks and eat a lot of sugary food, especially when he was worried or stressed. I remembered how he would get a quick feeling of energy after eating something sweet. This feeling was often called a sugar high. But then, not long after, he would become very tired and grumpy. His mood would go up and down like a fast roller coaster. He seemed to have many bad moods, sometimes very angry, sometimes very sad. This was his sugar crash. Now, I saw him choose water instead of soda. He ate fresh fruit for a snack instead of cookies or candy bars. He started eating more vegetables, nuts, and healthy meals like fish. He told me that these new food choices made him feel much better. He said his body had steady energy all day. He also said his mind felt clearer and he could think better. He seemed less worried, too. The angry look in his eyes was gone. He looked calm and kind. He said his brain felt happier without so much sugar, and his mood was more stable. I was still scared inside. My heart remembered the pain of seeing him with another woman and the shock of the scandal. I also remembered his secrets and his complicated life, but I wanted to believe him. I decided to give him one last chance. I looked into his eyes and told him clearly, "If you lie to me again, Liam, I will leave forever. There will be no second chance after this." He held my hand and promised me he would never lie again. He promised to always be open and honest. I chose to believe his promise. I wanted to believe that this new, calmer Liam was the real one. I wanted to believe that he had truly changed for the better. 8. My happy ending. 1 year has passed since the scandal. We are now living a quiet and happy life together by the sea. Every morning, I wake up to the sound of waves. I still love my job as a flight attendant, and I continue to fly to many cities around the world. But now I always have a warm, loving home to come back to. Liam is there, waiting for me. He is no longer the angry, worried man I first met on that flight to London. He is a loving and happy partner. His face holds a peace I never thought possible. His eyes are calm, and he smiles often. Before, Liam seemed to have much anger and worry. His energy went up and down. It was like his brain was always looking for a fast way to feel good, a quick burst of energy. But those quick feelings often led to a big drop, leaving him feeling tired or worried again. His mind was not calm. He was often irritable, like someone whose body needs more sugar to feel good, but it only makes things worse in the long run. His mood could change fast, like a sudden drop after a high amount of something sweet. Now, he understands that his brain needs good fuel to work well. He chooses healthy foods that give his body steady energy. This is like giving his brain the right kind of fuel, the kind that comes with good things and helps it stay strong. He does not look for quick fixes anymore. His mind is peaceful. He has found a way for his happy chemicals to work naturally without the ups and downs. He learned to make choices that truly support his well-being, not just for a moment, but for all the time. He makes better choices for his mind and body, and it shows in his calm nature. This change took time. Our love story taught us many things. It showed us that even when life is very hard and you feel much pain, you can find your way to happiness. I helped him see that he could leave the anger behind. He learned to trust, and he learned to find peace within himself. It was like his brain, which once was always busy and worried, finally found a quiet place to rest. Our love helped him choose a calmer life, a life where he makes good decisions for his health and his mind. This is our happy ending, a story of how two people, with patience and love, helped each other find a quiet, joyful life by the sea.
Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.